All righty. What is going on, fellas? It's crunch time, and I'm sweating a little bit. My home league finals are in progress right now. I am
Sure.
down in my matchup. I think I'm down 44 to zip. I haven't had anybody play yet, obviously, so not a huge deal. But my opponent, Lucas, who made the Aaron Hernandez joke on the vlog, he had Dak drop 26, which sucks because I thought I was going to be going up against. He has Brissett on his bench, and he has McBride and Michael Wilson. So I thought he was going to play the Brissett, Michael Wilson, McBride triple stack, but he decided to go with Dak, which was the right decision. He was a better start.
For sure.
But Terry McLaurin and Jefferson combined for 18 points. So while he had Dak have 26, he's only got 44 right now because Terry McLaurin and Jefferson didn't do anything. And his RB2 decision this week was Kyle Menengai, who's in his lineup right now, versus Bill. And he didn't start Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt dropped 25.5 on his bench in my league.
I think as soon as Rodriguez gets ruled out, you have to play Bill.
Exactly, especially against the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
I'm surprised he didn't make this. I was worried when I saw Rodriguez get ruled out. I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. He's going to put Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt out there. But thankfully, Menengai could have a good game too. But
like Bill was such a smash.
Like I don't think he's having that good of a game.
Yeah, like I had Bill as like a top 28 level running back, fringe top 24 level guy. Like he as soon as Rodriguez gets ruled out, man, you know you're going to get good goal line equity against a terrible Cowboys defense.
Yeah, well, like looking at my matchup here, I got Jalen Hurts. Like I have tougher matchups than he does. That's the thing that sketches me out. Like he's got McCaffrey against the Bears. He's got he had Dak against the Commanders, JSN against the Panthers, McBride in the mother of all tight end matchups against the Bengals. Like my matchups are a lot worse. Like I got Hampton today against the Texans. Thankfully, Kamani Vidal is going to be out for this game, so that feels really good. But Bijan's playing the Rams, and Jalen Hurts has to go to Buffalo. Like it's not like I have like great matchups for my players, but I do feel pretty good about my chances. The one thing I am very, very pissed about, though, is that I'm in the Great Dane final, and I had Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, Jake Ferguson, and I think that was it, play already. And it says I'm like winning 16K, and we all know that's getting diminished very quickly into Sunday because Jared Goff dropped like 3 fucking points. And he's my only quarterback because my other quarterback was Mahomes. And I also didn't have Rice play this week. If I had Mahomes and Rice right now, I would be chilling.
Yeah, for sure. AJ, so my thought, this is exactly why there shouldn't be trade deadlines. I know there's some people out there that are on the other side of that. They think, hey, you know what? It's bullshit if someone trades last week going into the championship. Like, I know that's like a common take for some people. My take is if you have players that people are willing to buy in championship week, you shouldn't have the opportunity to be able to sell high ripped out of your hands. And that's what Bush did. Like, I eliminate him on a heartbreaker on Monday night instead of
I lost on a Brock Purdy interception. Like, that's literally, I can't, Danny was beating me by 50 something points, 60 points. Going into Monday Night Football, I had already thought I lost. I'm like, okay, I lose because he has McCaffrey. I have Purdy and Kittle. But Purdy and Kittle snap off the fucking...
They go crazy.
They go nuclear. And I'm beating Danny by like 5 points in the fourth quarter. Jake Tungus scores a touchdown that doesn't get reviewed. And the next play, McCaffrey scores the touchdown. So you got 6 points. I got 6 points because it's a 6-point league. And then Purdy threw the ball to McCaffrey. But then the next drive, I think I'm up like 3 points at this point because McCaffrey, or 2 points because McCaffrey got some touches or whatever, got a catch or something. And then Purdy throws an interception. I lose 3 points for it and I lose the game.
Yeah, no, I end up winning 205.44 to 204.40, which, by the way, if we look at the other semifinal,
from both of our teams,
like AJ's winning with 176 points on the other side of the bracket. Like, unfortunate for Bushy there because that never a good feeling. But I thought I was lost, man. When fucking shit-stained Jackson over here scores 4.74 points,
and what did Purdy and Kittle combine for?
Purdy had 39.9 and Kittle had 28.
Yeah, so, and Kittle got hurt too. Like, Kittle doesn't get hurt and I win that easily. Like, I just got screwed, man.
Lamar doesn't get hurt too.
I mean, yeah, Lamar doesn't get hurt. You don't get screwed. I was just happy that Alec Pierce didn't catch another pass at the end of that game because my Great Dane team made the final. I didn't really even care about losing to you, to be honest.
You almost survived Puka.
I almost survived the 50 bomb from Puka, literally.
Yeah, like if I just started Phillip Rivers over Lamar Jackson, I would have been better off, apparently. Like, is there anybody else? Yeah, I mean, my tight ends, they were looking great earlier this year. Now Warren is an absolute shit stain, apparently, and Ferguson is, don't get me started. But I want to win a championship again. I lost to you in the semis last year, and this was my revenge.
Yeah, and I won the championship last year. You won the championship the year before that. So if you win it, and this is the deal that I made with AJ to beef up his side of it. He was after me all week about Devon Achane, and I was pretty adamantly not selling Devon Achane. But then he's like, "I'll give you a quarterback upgrade, a wide receiver who's young, and a first-round pick." I'm like, I think I might have to take this.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like I respect the competition of it. It's like AJ gives himself a significantly better chance to come and beat me this week because the projection going into
it's a top 5 quarterback projection, a top 3 running back projection.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I was projected to win, I think, 175 to 145. He makes that deal now, and it's like 175 to 172. Now it's almost a 50-50 type of coin flip situation. Instead of whining and bitching about, I got screwed here. AJ made a deal beneath the clock. Now I'm pressure. It's like, no. Let's heat up the pressure. Let me try to go make a move now. Let me go try to hit up somebody else that's eliminated and see if my weak spot being my 2 flexes can get upgraded in this deal. Like I that's how it should be. It's the respect of the competition.
I mean,
it's like
you're calling out Ron directly with this comment because
he knows I'm trolling him though. He knows I'm trolling him.
He did. And he literally even admitted, he's like, I'm probably just being soft, but I don't like no trade deadlines. I think you should be rewarded for planning ahead for injuries and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's a fair argument. The best argument I've heard about no trade deadlines in Dynasty is that you've built a good enough team that you have the depth to be able to withstand injuries. But my argument was the trade that he was referring to was in your buddy Marco made a move in direct relation to Brock Bowers getting shut down for the season. I'm like, I think it's worse when you made the championship and Brock Bowers gets shut down for the season and you now can't make a move to go get a tight end.
Exactly. You should have the adaptability. I mean, I remember in the listener league a few years ago, like my monster of a team that's going for the 16-0 undefeated this week. A couple of years ago, I lost in the championship because my entire quarterback room got decimated. And guess what? You know what happened? Nate realized, hey, let's get proactive. Sure, I am in support of no trade deadlines, but because this league had a deadline, because Danny missed it, you know what I'm going to do, Corey? I'm going to pick up every quarterback with a pulse off the wire. That's the friendliness of the competition. Now, unfortunately, again, respect Nate. That was the proper move to make in that format. But the reason why I don't like no trade deadline is like, hey, guess what? If your opponent is playing it right, you can get downright fucked out of an option.
Yeah. Like I think it's great, man. Having a no trade deadline in Dynasty specifically to me is just because in redraft, there would be no incentive for anybody to trade who's out of it. But in Dynasty, it's like rebuilders would like to get rid of competitive assets. Like you have, like, especially when they're like a Javonte Williams type, where it's like, we don't know what his
Rico
future
Dowdle.
is. Yeah. Rico Dowdle type, even like, Devontae, like if Devontae Adams was healthy, somebody like that, like why wouldn't you want to sell off a player like that and be able, like last year I sold Jacob Sanderson in Comedy of Errors. I sold him Chuba Hubbard, who was great last season. I sold him Chuba Hubbard for a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was 112 and 212 because he won the championship. But I was like, I'll take 112 and 212 for Chuba Hubbard last year, and I would definitely take it now over Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, to me, ultimately, like you should have the opportunity to give yourself the best chance of winning a championship. And you should have the opportunity to make a decision. Do I want to mortgage potential future value to try to win the championship this year? Because we talk about the cases where, hey, guess what? You got the player, ended up working out for you. Well, the other cases, for example, a couple years ago when I did win in Tone Setter Truthers, though, for example, when I made the move with you, I bought Christian McCaffrey, who, funny enough, knocked you out, obviously, on Monday Night Football.
That sucks, but he's the one who ends up putting a fucking dagger in me this time.
But, like, yeah, I guess that's what I could salvage out of it. But basically, once I beat you in the semis a couple years ago, I went right to you, and I bought Christian McCaffrey and Devontae Adams, and I gave you Travis Etienne in the 107. The 107 that you ended up flipping into Drake May. And guess what? Etienne outscored McCaffrey in the championship. So it's like, I made that assessment. I said, Christian McCaffrey, his projection over Etienne, me getting this win now equity was worth me forfeiting some future value. Even though I know I shouldn't be giving away the one, I want to make sure, hey, listen, I built up value on this team for a reason. Let's go spend it on some points. The flip side, though, like I said, if Etienne outscores McCaffrey, that's the risk you have to take.
And I won the championship the next year as
Exactly.
well. So, and it's funny that I never won a championship with Christian McCaffrey on my team, even though in the history of this league, I have the all-time winningest record. And a lot of that was the first 2 to 3 years of the league when I was going 12-2 every year because I had Christian McCaffrey, but I never won a championship with the guy. So anyways, let's get to the questions that we have here. And Dylan, I've seen your question a couple of times. The plan for the prospect model is I'm going to start working on it pretty much as soon as the season is done. But I'm probably not going to like go super hard on it until the college football playoffs over, because the numbers are going to change for anybody who's in the playoffs. So I suppose I could add some of the players that aren't in playoff games or whatever, but I'm probably just going to wait until the college football season's over.
Yeah, and again, not the shut on Ron. He's our fucking boy. That was just one thing. Like we were in our league chat, like talking about, and we had a good discussion on it. Again, at the end of the day, if you prefer a deadline, I respect it. It's just not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. If anybody in the chat right now submitted a question to the site and it has a Saturday player involved in the question, and you say in the chat, like, hey, I submitted a question, it's got Woody Marks versus somebody in it, just tell us and we'll skip to it right away, because we're going to try and go through these questions in order and hopefully get to all 35 of them or whatever before kickoff. But if we start running close on time in the last 15 minutes or so, we'll skip ahead and make sure we get all the Thursday question or the Saturday questions to any Texans, any Chargers, any Packers, or any Ravens. So if you guys do have a question, just put your username in the chat and we'll skip to it right away. In the flock question there. Okay. So yeah. And, Mexies will go to yours, right after this question here. Okay. Let's get it kicked off here. Arda Solomon. Also, some of these questions may have had like, Thursday players in it, but we would have answered that in the DMs, already. So, Bo Nix, for example, already played. And I remember telling, or somebody told Arda, one of us told Arda not to play Bo Nix, I think. And we said to play Jacoby Brissett instead. And I believe I said Troy Franklin, or you said Troy Franklin.
I definitely did. I definitely did.
That we go with there.
That was the only other option, though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And then Harold Fannin, assuming he's healthy, which I think he will be, was the option there. And then Aaron Jones, hopefully played him. I mean, 15.3 PPR points, pretty solid performance from him. And then Brenton Strange being the pivot option there. If you didn't play Aaron Jones for whatever reason, I think you probably would have, knowing that Jordan Mason was out. But Brenton Strange is also a fine play as well.
Arthur said he also has one with a Saturday.
Okay, yeah. So let me skip around here to find Mexies. And again, only say this if you have a question pertaining to today, because we are going to go through the questions in order. Otherwise, do I have to refresh to see the rest of them? Okay, I don't think it's actually going to let me go down below, but we'll speed through these questions here. Okay.
Yeah.
And if we get close, I'll pull it up on the side.
Yeah, I see Arthur's is one of like the most recent. Yeah, he actually has a few that are recent. And Mexi's is probably like the 10th most recent one, 12th most recent one or so.
Okay.
I'm looking at it on the review end.
Okay. It looks like Lamar is going to be out for tonight, so that's a pretty easy decision for you there. This one does involve Woody Marks.
I would go Woody.
So, yeah, I'd be going Woody. There's not really any other options. Judkins is out. Kamara is out. Wide receiver wise, I think you're going Mike Evans pretty easily there.
And I do like Diggs this week with no Booty and no Mac Hollins.
Oh yeah. There's not really anything else that you have as a good option for slimy councilman there. In Zach's question here, Lad McConkey, Brian Thomas, Tetaroa McMillan. I would be going with Tetaroa McMillan of those options as the first option there. Hopefully he didn't start Kelsey. I talked about in the tight end tier list that I had him outside my top 20 tight ends. He's my tight end 21, I think, on the week. And
I think Mayer's my highest.
Did he even do anything? I can't even remember what Kelsey
5
did.
for 36. He was kind of
so he did pretty much nothing. I think Mayer's do have a Rondé Gadsden slightly ahead of Mayer, but I wouldn't fight you too much on that.
Yeah, they're close. They're in the same tier for me. I had Kelsey also, funny enough, at 21, but actually he'd be 20 because Theo Johnson got ruled out, right?
Yes, Theo Johnson did get ruled out.
Yeah, so he was my 20 coming into the week. I have Mayer.
Oh, he said he's starting Taysom Hill already.
I would go Taysom Hill.
Yes. Yeah, go Taysom Hill over all these guys, but I'll put Gadsden in there just as a placeholder. Lad McConkey would be the option I would go with here. Especially I would go Bucky. Bucky's going to find the other option, so it doesn't really matter. But I guess Lad versus BTJ would be a conversation if you prefer him or Carter.
I do have BTJ higher.
You have BTJ higher than Lad?
Yeah.
Really?
I have them. BTJ is at 24. Lad is at 27.
Got any rationale behind that?
BTJ last week. Why test Pat Surtain when everybody else is getting open?
Fair enough. That's
Washington.
my rationale against why I'm not super high on Parker Washington.
Indianapolis Colts, Sauce Gardner. He's banged up with a calf injury. I didn't actually see. I don't think he got ruled in.
I think they pretty much
really.
Yeah, he hasn't played in a while. Let me look.
Even if he does play, calf injury, corner, first game back.
He's coming back. Apparently he's coming.
They are also without DeForest Buckner too. So
yeah, Buckner got shut down for the year, but Sauce is coming back.
More time in the pocket for Lawrence with no Buckner up front. I do think Sauce Gardner is going to be a little bit slow coming off of a calf injury. Never what you want to see from a corner, especially when you're going up against a 6'3" receiver with 4.3 speed. So I just think this is a get right spot. He was actually playing well going into last week's game. They just had no real. I mean, why would you throw at Surtain if Parker Washington go?
So that's kind of my rationale on why I like Ladd better. Is because why would you throw at Stingley, who is supposed to be on Quentin Johnston in this game in shadow coverage? So that's kind of why I like Ladd better than BTJ. But I wouldn't fight you too much on it. They're both like inside my top 30 or so wide receivers here.
More of a volume thing. Also, Petrie's actually been really good. One of the highest graded nickel defenders in the league right now. Yeah, and overall, Houston EPA per play, #1 on defense against the pass. So I just think it's more of a run funnel matchup. I think we kind of see Omari and Hampton get going. And I think it's probably going to be low scoring, eke it out, 2017 type of game.
Yeah. No, I think that's totally fair. But yeah, those guys are both close. I think I have BTJ at 26 and I have Ladd McConkey at 22. So they're both pretty close for me. In
similar gaps for us. I had BTJ at 24. He's in a tier with like DJ Moore's at 20, Devontae Smith, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin. And then at the start of the next year, Zay Flowers, Ladd McConkey, and Jefferson locked in at 28.
Yeah, this is big news, by the way. Anybody who has Amari and Hampton, this is huge news for you. I moved him up in my running back tier list. I think he was RB 17, if I'm not mistaken. He is now my RB 13 in my rankings after Kamani Vidal was listed as inactive, because we haven't seen Amari and Hampton without Kamani Vidal being a part of the backfield really since that like week 3, week 4 stretch where Amari and Hampton was getting like 25 touches a game before he got injured.
Yeah, this feels like an Omar and Hampton smash bottom.
I hope so. I'm starting him against Lucas in my home league, so I really, really hope so. JJ Totaship, if you are in the chat right now, I see you have a question in the DMs as well. If you want us to do this team review, we can definitely do it. It's just we're going to have more time tomorrow to do that, and I want to make sure we get Saturday questions answered for people, and this is more of like a sleeper keeper league question, so I feel like this can probably wait until tomorrow. But if you absolutely need it done today, just let us know in the chat. Otherwise, we'll do that tomorrow morning for you.
You call him Toda every time.
I do, and it's a meme at this point.
What's the thing that I said?
JJ Totaship, man. That's who he is. Brock Purdy versus Caleb Williams, same game, but Purdy's the home team, and he's playing at an absolutely elite level right now, so that would be who I would go with. Open to any of them for the flex, he says. Okay, so I don't want to start Igbuka right now. He's just not getting the routes. I don't really want to start Harrison either because DJ Turner's probably going to be on him, assuming he plays.
I think I got to go to Harrison of those options, though, right?
I think I do too.
You could consider Burden
somewhat interesting, but I think Harrison, just given the game environment, even if Turner is on Harrison 70% of his routes, I think given the over-under of that game, you probably feel pretty good. He is starting Michael Wilson also, though, for what it's worth. Like, you could convince me on Alec Pierce or Luther Burden here. Yeah, or Igbuka even. Like, I don't really like any of these guys, to be honest. Like, Harrison is my highest rated, though.
I would go Harrison. Yeah, I think you got it. I think I would.
JJ Totaship. Icona here. Harold Fannin, Jalen Warren, or DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, probably.
Well, okay, so Bowers is in his lineup, and he's not playing. So Harold Fannin's going to be in your lineup for sure. And then, yeah, DJ Moore makes sense as the flex there.
Who you higher on me then, Arthur?
I'm higher on him than Danny now. Luther Burden, maybe.
I love Luther Burden.
Anyways, this is a pretty easy decision here, Icona, because Bowers isn't playing. So you're just going to throw Harold Fannin into your tight end spot, and then DJ Moore finds the flex for you there. Pretty straightforward. Jay Dollar sign here. Thanks for everything. Philadelphia passing plus Buffalo weather versus Seattle D, both brutal. Algier prayer. Big Rams total. Okay, so
if Sampson's out, you go Sanders, right?
Yeah, if Sampson is out, you go Sanders. If Sampson is not out, you got a 50-point over-under in that Falcons-Rams game. So I feel like you just hope that Tyler Algier scores in that situation. You'll know that, obviously, because the Browns play first. So as long as you didn't play Pacheco, you should be fine to just wait. I do tend to think that Sampson's going to play. So I think you're going to end up going with Algier here.
So let me ask you this. If Sampson was in this question, you would say Sampson then?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Like what's the discrepancy between him and Sanders, assuming he went?
I have Sampson as my RB 27, and I have Sanders as my RB 43.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because
I think he's just more of an early down grinder, Sanders, if he plays in this game. And Sampson, last time he got the workload, had 12 carries and 8 targets in week 1. And that was with a healthy Jerome Ford in that game too. So maybe he would get more work potentially.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And also too, like if the Ravens lose tonight, Pittsburgh might rest their starters tomorrow. Legitimately. Yeah. Like, and I'm worried as a Kenneth Gainwell manager that he's going to get rested, or Aaron Rodgers is going to get rested at the very least, because I think that would be the first person that you would rest given his age and his experience level. So if the Ravens lose tonight, it is within the range of outcomes that the Steelers would rest their starters, because they have absolutely nothing to play for, because they're locked into the 4 seed. There's nothing they can do, I'm pretty sure, to get around that if they lock up the division, which would happen tonight with a Ravens loss.
I hope you're right, man. I'm hoping.
I hope I'm wrong.
Well, I'm hoping you're right, because I'm hoping Dylan Sampson is the piece you need, because he might be my only saving grace out of Denny's right now.
Yeah, he might be your only saving grace. Who are you going with in this question? You going Smitty or you going Tetero McMillan? They're actually back to back in my rankings.
I have Tetero higher.
I also have Tetero 1 spot higher, but they are literally 15 and 16 in my rankings right now.
17 and 21 for me.
Carter, Corum, Sanders, and Jones. I mean, well, if you didn't play, okay, so I think I messaged Zach about this question on the day. I didn't, unfortunately. Okay, so I apologize, Zach. I'll send you a free voucher for that. I thought I messaged you about this. I would have said to start Aaron Jones, because there was no Jordan Mason in that game. So I hope you started Aaron Jones. But I will say that that Aaron Jones was the best play of this group. If for whatever reason you did not play Aaron Jones, then the answer to me would be Michael Carter. Even if Dylan Sampson isn't active, I would still play Michael Carter over Raheem Sanders.
Arthur, respectfully, I don't know if there's going to be space in my stomach to have some chili after I'm done at Denny's.
Oh, true. Yeah. Also, he said he played Aaron Jones, so that's good. He had 15.3 PPR points, so that's solid. And then Colston Loveland versus Dalton Kincaid, definitely going Colston Loveland over Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid's just not running enough routes right now, unfortunately, and he's still banged up and barely practicing in game time decision every single week.
This needs to be the Colston Loveland week.
It should be. His use, he had 80+% of the routes for the first time all season when Cole Kmet was active. So, and it's no Odunze yet again. Burton's back, but no Odunze yet again. So this one's pretty straightforward to me. I'm going with Michael Carter.
Yeah, Michael Carter. With Jordan Love out, I don't think you can go Jaden Reed.
No, definitely not.
I will say Corum's not that far out.
Malik Willis over under 22.5 pass attempts. Like, they're not throwing the ball.
I was going to say, I will say Blake Corum would probably be my number 2 in that.
Yeah, that's not an outrageous take at all. Michael Carter, David Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy, Chris Rodriguez. Rodriguez was obviously out for the game. I'd go with Tracy pretty easily here.
Probably
and
Carter.
Then Carter would be the other one that I would go with. And then in the flex, you're deciding between, again, I hope you didn't play Travis Kelce. I am assuming you didn't. I would roll with Quentin Johnston.
Ooh, Shadow from Stingley is not fun.
I know, but like, what else are you going to start here?
Can we scroll over? I just want to see.
Theo. I mean, you could go Colby Parkinson, I suppose.
I would.
You'd go Colby Parkinson over QJ? I wouldn't. I think
I'll
take the upside of QJ. He's got spike week appeal to him.
Man, against Stingley is rough.
Yeah, I gotta actually move the Packers receivers down my rankings, because I gotta adjust for the fact, because I did my rankings on the basis that Love was gonna clear.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, it sounded like
I moved all of them outside my top 40, and I had Reed at 35 before that. So
I still have Watson at like 34 this week.
I don't. Malik Willis will not throw the ball more than 25 times.
I think he's good enough to support one of them, and I think Watson's the best one.
Maybe, yeah. It's just every time he started games, they've never let him throw. They don't let him throw.
Baltimore's defense has just been bad against every good offense they play. Which, to be fair, if you want to classify this as a not good offense, that's fair. But I just think they're kind of fraudulent on the back end.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I still think the Packers offense is fine, even with Willis. Like, obviously, Love is substantially better, but if
He
you're
did.
gonna say
Cole said in the chat, in his comment too, he said he picked up Taysom Hill to play in the flex instead of Quentin Johnston or Colby Parkinson, which is definitely the right decision for sure.
Yeah, I like Taysom. Who ended up getting him in the flock league? Because I was trying to get him.
You'll never guess. Who do you think? Who do you think? The guy who coached him up to be the most goated fucking fantasy asset of all time.
Oh, God. Joe?
Yeah. You know he's having 30 bomb this week with Joe starting him.
Dog, I was... Okay, no, never mind. I was third in the priority, so thank God he sniped him from Zach.
Yeah, no, he got him.
And then Zach picked up Burden after I dropped him, unfortunately, because what I did is I dropped my entire bench just to get as many waiver claims for running backs as possible in. That way, like, I can reassess who I wanted to drop and not like after. And I'm not sure if you saw, but Trey Tucker was available on waivers, and with no Brock Bowers, he got 5+ targets in each game, and they're playing the Giants. So, like,
not terrible. Pretty. I mean, you're in the toilet bowl for a reason, but yeah, well, it's
he's like a top 30ish level receiver for me.
I would love if you patchwork together a bunch of shitter starts that end up working out. It would be great if you were just like Trey Tucker has a good game and Dylan Sampson has a great game and Trevion plays and all this kind of stuff.
That's the beauty of fantasy, because I am so banged up and I'm relying upon people that I've never relied upon this year. Maybe the bad juju's out of the building. Yeah. Maybe all my team needed is to start some shit stains, because it
went downhill when you traded for Judkins, I will say.
And Jefferson.
Yeah. Drake May versus Jalen Hurts. I'm assuming you're going Drake pretty easily there against the Jets. Running back wise, McCaffrey's in your lineup. Travis Etienne is in your lineup. Wide receiver Puka is in your lineup. Jamar Chase is in your lineup.
Hopefully,
tight end George Kittle is in your lineup. I'm assuming, because you didn't mention anything here about playing Justin Jefferson. If you played Justin Jefferson, which I think I would have played Henderson as one of these and Jefferson as the other if I was going into the week still. But if you didn't play Jefferson and Henderson plays, I think Sampson probably sticks out to me as probably a slightly better option than Ngbuka.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are just in this moment with Emeka Egbuka where he's just unstartable at this point.
Oh, he's losing snaps to Jalen McMillan. It's Jover for the year.
Yeah, facts. Cold Palmer here. Cold Arnold Palmer, maybe that's the bit here. So you mentioned he had the Texans D versus Patriots D. You said that you lean the Pats D versus Brady Cook in the DMs to him by the looks of it. And then, or maybe I said this, but I said we will answer the rest of the start sit questions for you during the live stream. Yeah. Okay. So do you still stand by that? You still going Patriots defense over Texans defense?
All day against Brady Cook. Although I do like the Houston defense, at the same time, the Chargers are at home. Their offense looked better last week. Like, I think you have to give them some benefit of the doubt. Versus
is Becton active for this game and Sawyer, because they were like down even potentially more offensive linemen,
which is fair. I think Brady Cook might throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, true. Okay, Becton is playing by the looks of it. What about Jamari Sawyer? I don't know how to spell his name. Jamari Sawyer.
We got a speed run, by the way.
Yeah, we do. I'm just like, he's questionable. Okay, it doesn't look like I have a definite answer on that. Anyways, the rest of the questions here, Jawan Jennings definitely has to be one of these. And then are you going Sampson or are you going Godwin?
Sampson.
Yeah, I think if as long as he's healthy, he's probably got to be in there for you. Okay, T. Carlson has his lineup already set. I guess the question is there any changes? Running backs, I think you got the right 2 in there. Dak, hopefully you started. Although, I mean, Stafford was actually ranked higher for me coming into the week, but that was
I had Dak higher.
And then I would start Michael Wilson over Tyrone Tracy in the flex.
That would be the change for me, Wilson over Tracy.
Yeah, they're both pretty good options, though, this week. I don't blame you for wanting to start Tyrone Tracy either.
Michael, we do the site questions, and then as soon as we're done the site questions, we go to YouTube. But knowing the timing we have right now, we're probably only going to get to the site questions today.
Yeah, I would say tomorrow is a better chance of us getting to any YouTube questions if we do get to them. Jordan, 1224 here. I also have Tungus in consideration. Okay, so, I mean, Brock Purdy is very easily the starting quarterback in that question. I would not start Jake Tungus over Jawan Johnson. He's just much better of an option.
I wouldn't start Jake Tungus over Taysom Hill either.
Yeah. Would you're going Johnson over Hill though, I'm assuming? Or are you going Hill over Johnson?
I have them all both really high. I do have Jawan Johnson higher. They are Tight end 5 and tight end 12 for me this week.
Yeah, they're 5 and 13 for me. So very similar. And then
11.
In the flex, if you didn't start Bill, which I'm assuming you didn't, because I wouldn't have over these options, and you didn't start Jones, which I wouldn't have over Tracy either. You just roll with Tracy there. But if for whatever reason you started one of those Commanders or Vikings running backs, you'd be in pretty decent shape because they both had pretty good games. Aaron here, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I have a rule. I don't sit Josh Allen. I don't.
Not
as great at, like, Burrow is my QB2 this week. I don't sit Josh Allen. I also don't not rank Josh Allen QB1.
I have Josh Allen at 1, Drake May at 2. They were my top tier. And then 3 through 11, I literally had 3 through 10, I literally had like all in one tier. Dak 3, Burrow 4, Stafford 5, Hurts 6, Jacoby 7, Brock Purdy 8, Caleb Williams 9, Trevor Lawrence 10.
Yeah, we have the exact same top 10, just in a different order.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, Josh Allen's got to be out there for you. The only, like, if you really, really wanted to tie break because you have Jamar Chase, I don't blame you. I really don't. Like, if you have Chase, you want to go with Burrow and Chase stack at a 53-point over-under game. They're implied for 30 points. There's no weather concerns in that game. There's minor weather concerns in Philadelphia and Buffalo. If you want to do it, go nuts. I just can't sit Josh Allen. I can't do it. And then Travis Etienne would be one of my running backs there, and a healthy Trevion Henderson would be my other running back there, assuming he's healthy. If he's not healthy, I would pivot to Woody Marks, but I guess you won't know that until, I guess, worst case scenario, you could pivot to Michael Carter. I have Carter over Breece Hall this week. So
who'd you put in RB1?
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Okay, dope.
And then tight end, Bowers versus Taysom Hill, Loveland versus Taysom Hill. I would roll with Loveland there.
I would too.
And then in the flex, I'd go with Michael Wilson.
I agree. Also, Dylan, the site average is actually quarterback 8 as well. So I'm right in line with the consensus.
I have him at 5, so I'm a little bit higher than the site average.
Yeah. I mean, if you realistically, that's why it's all one tier. If you want to argue him over Brissett, I just like the 53.5 total. Jalen Hurts, I think you can argue him. I just think the rushing. Stafford, very, very good projection as well. 28.5 implied points. Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, high volume, high implied totals, very, very good game environments. Like, if you even had him quarterback 3, I don't think you're out of pocket.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The decision, I messaged Krill in the chat, and I said to play Goff, unfortunately, and Goff had a terrible game.
Lamar's not playing, so.
Yeah, Lamar wasn't going to play, and you weren't going to start Shadur Sanders. I mean, you kind of just got to chalk it up to bad luck. If for whatever reason you could still start Shadur Sanders, it'd be pretty hard for him to be worse than Goff was. Kyron there. Vidal's obviously not playing. Warren's probably a downgrade, and then Tedero McMillan pretty easily.
I would have said McMillan over McLaurin.
Yeah, I would have. I messaged him that when he had his question there. So Gonzo.
Myers over Waddle.
I told him not to start Jordan Addison, which sucks because he had like a 65-yard rushing touchdown.
12.5 points. I want a higher ceiling change.
It's funny that in my underdog entry, I took him to go lower on his
Did you see what I messaged? I'm like, LOL,
and he had a 60-yard rushing touchdown, which is hilarious. So I hit my entry still. What he said was, I'm really debating between what to do with Myers, Waddle, and Tracy to fit them into the flex and wide receiver spot. So I would go with the 2 receivers personally.
I would go with Myers for sure. Waddle versus Tracy is close. That's like
RB cover a lot of people right now. That's why I'm like, we suck.
It is RB 22 versus wide receiver 23.
Yeah, I mean, in PPR, I would personally lean Waddle, but I don't envy this decision. This is close.
I think the upside would be with Tracy in a tank bowl where they don't want to get Jackson Dart hurt. They give Tracy the ball like 20 times because he's not their future, like bell cow running back. Like, I think Tracy has the higher ceiling because I also see Quinn Ewers. Like, what if he has 130 yards and fucking 3 interceptions?
Yeah.
But like they're so close.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Scans in the chat, he says no elevated running backs from the Patriots, looking like a Henderson feast. Yeah. I mean, Danny needs Henderson to play in the worst way possible. So
I need it.
Because not only do you have Henderson, Zach has Ramondre. So you're taking food off his plate right there if he ends up playing. And it's against the friggin' Jets. Like, it's whoever starts is going to have a good game. Jackson Dart versus Tyler Shuck. I prefer Jackson Dart, but I actually do like Tyler Shuck this week. J-Dubs, I said, make sure to sit Addison. And he said, wanted to say that on the waiver wire, Parker Washington and Trey Tucker were available if I wanted to not start Alec Pierce. What I said to him in the DMs was, as gross as it is, I'd probably start Alec Pierce as the number one guy here. And then in the flex, I said that you could go. I didn't even actually message this part to him. I just assumed I would go with Igbuka, but
I would have said Corum.
If you want to go Corum over Igbuka, I don't think that's outrageous. I like Pierce and Igbuka are both close enough in my rankings to me that I'm like, I'd probably just go with the two receivers.
Corum could score like 2+ touchdowns in this spot.
He could, yeah. And like, ironically, like Jordan Addison locked in at 40 for me, and I have Pierce at 36 and Igbuka at 38. Like, they're all pretty close.
I also had Addison at 40.
Yeah, like they're all really close to me. That's what I would roll with. It's not a very good situation to be in, especially knowing you had Terry in your lineup already. You didn't really have that good of a performance.
How many more we got?
We have 19 more. 19 more. Okay, I think we can get through as many as possible here. Okay, quarterback Brock Purdy over Caleb Williams. Absolutely.
Marks.
I would go with Dowdle over Marks personally.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, I didn't even see Dowdle.
Marks coming back from the injury, a little bit sketch.
Marks.
I would go probably with Marks here though.
Yeah, I agree.
Put him in the RB running backs. Just put Marks into the.
Put Dowdle in the flex spot because of game theory.
Yeah.
Whatever we will call it.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. We have walk hard, go Birds. I think I messaged him something here. I said I'd go Sutton. And yes,
I would have also went Sutton. Unfortunately, it probably didn't work out because he scored 8 points.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think he was basically just asking about these guys. Yeah. Sutton over Samuel, unfortunately, didn't work out. And then if you didn't start Debo, I would go with Fannin and Kittle. Yeah. But I think I told him, like, if you wanted to go Debo, you could just go Debo because you might need the pivot option.
Yeah, the pivot. Kittle. Correct. All right.
Running back, Tyrone Tracy Henderson is the start if he's playing. Tyler Warren over AJ Barner for me, even though I don't mind Barner this week.
Yo, that's... Where do I have Barner? I have Barner at 16 and Warren at 15. So
okay. Yeah, I mean they're 12 and
honestly
18 or something.
I'm putting Mayer over both. I'm putting Mayer over both.
I would not take Mayer over Tyler Warren. He had 9 targets last week.
Yeah, and I mean
he didn't do anything with it, but that wasn't really his fault. It was kind of the bad throws of Phillip Rivers' fault. I get not wanting to start Warren. I'm just personally.
I think we got to let it go.
T-Mac pretty easily one of those for me, and then it's between Tracy Carter and Tracy and Carter for me. I actually don't really have any consideration towards Breece Hall, and I would go with Tracy.
Tracy game, baby. 20+ points.
Watch me go here. Trevion Henderson versus Michael Carter. I'd be going Henderson, assuming health, and then a Drake London. I'm assuming you probably didn't start Jameson Williams because I would have said to start Drake London going into the week, and I think I actually messaged him that.
Put Goddard at tight end and then have Kyle Pitts as your pivot from Drake London.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a bad option. I would rather risk it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'd rather risk it.
You think the Pitts projection is that much better than Goddard to risk not having a player to play?
Yes.
Dude, I have them both high. I have them 4 and 6. Like, I don't think it's worth risking potentially getting a 0 in the championship.
Yeah, well, what I said to him in the DMs was J-Mo's got a really bad matchup. And at the time, I didn't know how bad London's health was. So I was like, I would definitely go healthy London over J-Mo easily. But yeah, I mean, if you don't want to risk it with Drake, I think he's going to be fine, right?
Maybe, but like, why risk it? Goddard's almost just as good of a play as Pitts, and then you have...
He's not, though, dude. The Bills have allowed the least receptions in the league to tight ends. It's the worst matchup in football.
Touchdown equity, though.
I have Goddard at like tight end 15 this week, and Pitts is my tight end 3.
Okay, no, I have Goddard way higher than you.
Drake's going to be fine, bro. Drake's going to be fine. He's limited practice all week. He's going to be fine.
All right, fair enough. I would have said Jameson Williams first and foremost. So good thing you didn't do that.
Yeah, I'd go with Drake. I think he's going to be just fine. Yeah. IR United, shout out. Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback there. Amarian Hampton and Josh Jacobs are the running backs.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, I would have said Sutton. I think I did in the DMs.
And Michael Wilson.
And Michael Wilson would be the other. In the flex, I'd be probably going Woody and Fannin, I think.
Yeah. I like it.
I mean, if you didn't start Jefferson, I would have actually started Jefferson over Woody, but if you didn't start Jefferson, that's how I would go with it.
I have T-Law at 9 and Caleb at 10.
I have T-Law at 8 and Caleb at 10, so I would go with T-Law there.
I did have Caleb at 9, T-Law at 10. I just switched it because I am less afraid of Indianapolis right now.
Yeah, I'd go Drake in the wide receiver spot. I guess maybe you want to put him in the flex potentially because he's playing Monday and you want the pivot option because he has Pitts as well.
Yeah, do that.
Maybe you go Jennings here, Pitts, Fannin in the tight end spot, and then London.
You also have Burton as a pivot too.
Oh, he also has Bucky, dude. Holy shit. Oh, what do I do? I think you got to go Drake here.
I'm not playing
here and Bucky here. Like that's the right answer.
I'm not playing Bucky over Juwan.
No. I mean, okay, so this is so close because he has Kittle as well. So you're playing Kittle if healthy.
Yeah. Yes.
And you have Pitts as the pivot option on Kittle. So that's what you're doing as far as that position. And are you going to go Jennings in London then?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right decision.
Yeah, it's tough to trust Bucky right now with how he's looking. He hasn't been scoring touchdowns.
He's getting like 18 touches a game, and it's a really good matchup. So I still view him as like a pretty solid fucking start. But I know
he's like a mid RB2.
I know he's my RB17 this week. It's not like he's a must start.
Yeah, like for reference, I have Bucky Irving at RB17, and I have Juwan Jennings at wide receiver 16. In a PPR, I'm just going to take the upside, especially because like Juwan Jennings last 6 games, he scored like 7 touchdowns. Like,
he has, yeah. And we got 13 questions in 15 minutes, so I think we should be good. If you guys don't have a pressing question, if you could please wait to submit questions for tomorrow's live stream until after, just because if you submit them now, I think you need the answer now. Romeo Dobbs, Shamira DK, kind of a gross decision. I think I'd probably go DK, to be honest. I don't want to start Romeo Dobbs as the number 3 receiver with Malik Willis starting a quarterback.
I'm cool with that.
Romeo Dobbs versus Michael Mayer in the flex. I think I'm going Mayer there.
Yeah, I'd go Mayer. I like Mayer in the spot, man. The Giants.
He's not bad. He's not a bad option. In the flex, Alec Pierce versus the rest of these options. I think it's pretty easily Alec Pierce for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Tight end wise, do you have another option? No. Okay, you're still rolling with
If you wanted to get really cute, you could say, "Oh, Emmanuel Wilson," because the Packers are going to rush Jacobs. Don't do it. Just.
No, they're probably not going to do that. Tedero McMillan in the wide receiver 1 spot or the 2 spot. Colston, Loveland, Schultz, and Warren. I think I have Schultz and Loveland in back to back.
Yeah. I have Loveland 7, Schultz 8.
I have Loveland 9 and Schultz 10. So they're very close to me.
Yeah, I'm assuming
and Warren's 12 for me. But yeah, I'd go Loveland there, especially knowing you have Purdy, a little bit of a mini game stack going.
You probably have Henry and Strangehier.
I have Henry and Strangehier, yes.
Yeah, okay. That's the difference probably.
Trevion Henderson versus Brian Thomas, I guess is the decision here. I think you have over my dead body would I set Trevion Henderson healthy against the Jets.
Where do you have him ranked now? Looking like he's gonna like be fully cleared here.
He's my RB 15 right now, but I'm still kind of half hedging that he might not be ranked there. Just in case, like if somebody had Amari and Hampton versus Trevion Henderson, I would start Amari and Hampton, knowing that he's absolutely playing and Kamani Vidal is out.
Yeah, like the highest I could probably get Hendo is like above Barkley at like 7 or 8 if I know it's full health.
I don't think I would get him that high. I think I'd be more in the like 11, 12 Genty Jacobs area.
I'm at 13 right now. That's kind of why.
Yeah. Okay, moving to the next questions that we have here. Hopefully we can get to everything before time is out. And again, JJ2 to ship. We will get to that tomorrow for you. Sorry for the wait because you did submit that a couple days ago, but we'll spend a lot of time on it tomorrow.
I have May higher.
Drake May versus Burrow. I actually have Burrow QB2 this week.
Where do you have them ranked respectively?
2 and 3.
2 and 4.
Okay, so we'll go with Drake May as a tiebreaker. He is already starting Chase Brown too, so maybe you hedge against maybe Chase Brown getting the touchdowns or something like that.
There is risk, obviously. The Jets, like they could go up big early, but they've actually still been number 1 in neutral pass rate this last month with the Patriots. Henderson kind of banged up coming in. Do you really want to lean a huge workload on Ramondre Stevenson? Like to me, I just think Drake May, he's been automatic 300 yards, 35, 40 plus rushing yards. You're getting touchdown equity on the goal line. Like,
yeah, this is pretty easy. Kittle is your tight end option. Loveland's an easy pivot in the same game.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
Then Hampton has got to be in your lineup, especially with Kamani Vidal not playing in this one. Don't know if I should play Kittle and running backs wide receivers. A hard decision. Okay, so Jacobs and Barkley probably got to be fine in the lineup here. This is a great team. Holy shit. Nico's got to be out there for you.
Higgins is my 2 out of those options.
Yeah. So do you have a pivot option here? I don't think he does. Off of Kittle. Do you start Fannin in case Kittle's not? I mean, you have till 1 p.m. Eastern to start Fannin or to start Kittle. If we hear Kittle's a go for tonight or for tomorrow night, sorry, I would just go with Kittle, but he is probably going to be limited to some degree, even if he plays. I think I would just start Fannin here.
Yeah, go with that.
And then Drake London versus Higgins. Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, T. Higgins. You're going T. Higgins over Drake London?
Yeah, all day. All day.
It's such a great game environment. I can't really blame you.
Yeah.
Drake's he's a monster when he's out there, man. It's tough. It's really tough not to play him.
This is wide receiver 10 versus 12 for me.
I have London at 9 and I have Higgins at 12. So I would go with London, but it would be close. I can capitulate on the game environment, the fact that the game's going to be super high scoring.
Yeah, they're close enough for me.
Please pick a defensive special teams. Saints going against the Titans on the road. Giants versus the Raiders on the road. Jaguars at Colts. Bucks at Dolphins, and Rams at Falcons.
Give me the Jags.
I think in my rankings I had the Jags the highest, if I'm not mistaken. It's close though. I think I had the Saints very closely behind them.
Yeah, it makes sense against the Titans this week.
No, I actually had the Saints the highest. I had the Saints the highest of this group. So I'd actually go with the Saints. I think that the Saints defense has been playing some good ball lately.
Yeah.
They're Cam Ward's definitely susceptible to some shit. Nickel pickle here. Chase Brown is a top 5 running back for me this week, so he's in your lineup. Bucky Irving is got to probably be in there over Woody Marks. Wide receiver, you're going Mike Evans over T-Mac, or you got T-Mac over Evans?
I got Evans higher.
And then tight end, you're going Strange pretty easily there. T-Mac's going to be one of these. And then I guess it comes down to Brian Thomas Jr., Woody Marks, Dylan Sampson, and those other guys. I would probably go with Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, it'd be between him and Marks. Let's go with the upside of BTJ and a PPR.
Yeah. Okay. Arthur in the chat here. This is his lineup against me, I think. No, it's not. Actually, he just had George Pickens and Puka. That's why I thought it was that. I'd go with Dalton Schultz over these tight end options first. I love Taysom Hill's projection this week, but I think it's a 1-game sample size of his role that he had. Like, I think people are pretending like he'll get 12 carries, 6 targets, and throw a touchdown again. It's like he could, but he also could have like 2 fantasy points.
Yep. Let's see the flexes.
I would go.
I like Kyle Williams as one of them. And
Kyle Williams is probably, Dylan Sampson's definitely one of these, assuming he's the starting running back. I guess the question here is, do you go Taysom Hill or Kyle Williams or Jaden Higgins or one of those? I think I'd go Taysom over Kyle Williams.
It would be between Taysom, Parkinson for me, and Kyle Williams. The upsides with Kyle Williams without Mac Hollins and Kayshon Boutte playing. Taysom Hill, you're probably looking at maybe 11, 12 touches, given the usage we saw last week. It's close. This is like a top 12 to 14 tight end versus a top 40 level wide receiver.
Yeah, I think I'd go with Taysom. I think you second flex, you're playing the upside. What does he do in case he blows up? And I think if no Sampson, I would say, Arthur, I'd probably go Kyle Williams in that situation. Yeah.
Yeah, we go Kyle Williams.
Are you starting the Bengals defense this week?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Over the Bucks? You just dropped the Bucks defense for the Bengals?
Part of it is they've been playing better. B, they've been getting sacks and takeaways. C, I know the Cardinals are going to throw the football a ton, and I'm just hoping with Jacoby Brissett being less than not as mobile.
I mean, you're kind of hoping for a pick 6 in a game environment like that.
High activity game environment. I got to swing for upside is kind of how I'm viewing it.
Yeah, I think I would have kept the Bucks versus Quinn Ewers instead, to be honest. But I think you dropped them 2 weeks ago, though, didn't you?
I dropped them 2 weeks ago, yeah, because I prefer the Panthers defense last week. The Panthers defense outscored them.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fortunately, we did shit all. Dylan Sampson and the rest of these guys. This is kind of a similar question, it looks like, for Arthur here. I would go Tyler Warren with one of these flexes and Dylan Sampson with the other.
I'd go Sampson over Warren for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you go that direction.
You can go Warren over Williams. Is fine.
Yeah, I don't really trust Kyle Williams a ton, to be honest, as much as I think he's a decent, he's like a desperation play, and those guys aren't desperation options to me. T is one of those for sure. Tight end, I'd go
Waller.
Gadsden or Waller higher. I don't even know.
I have Waller higher.
I have Gadsden 2 higher, but I won't fight you if you want to go Waller here. We can't
Tight
cover
end.
tight ends. We can roll with Waller there. That's fine with
Tight
me.
end 13 versus tight end 19 for me. So the bigger gap for me. Hendo and Evans.
Also, don't start Kenneth Gainwell over Josh Jacobs. Start Josh Jacobs. Just because people are saying Gainwell in the chat. Definitely go with Jacobs. Gainwell, as great as he's been, has a 10 to 15 touch role projection most of the time. And if Aaron Rodgers isn't playing because they rest their starters, I would be semi worried about that. And also maybe Gainwell's playing time as well. Trevion and Mike Evans, like you said, are the pretty easy options there. For whatever reason, Trevion doesn't play, I guess you got to start Igbukah and Evans.
4 more questions?
Yeah, we should be fine here. Okay, tight end question here.
Loveland.
Colson Loveland pretty easily at those spots. And then you're going...
I might triple tight end this week. I'm going to keep it a stack. Parkinson and Mayer is what's appealing to me.
I'm cool going Parkinson with one of these who I have ranked higher. Igbukah versus Mayer is the decision there. If you want to go with Mayer over Igbukah, I think that's fair. I would personally go Igbukah over Mayer, but I'm not convinced that that's an excellent start.
I'm just scared about
tight end premium as well.
Oh, tight end premium, you have to go Mayer then.
Yeah, if you want to go triple tight end, I think that's fine. Igbukah's not really getting the routes, so I can't really fight back on anything.
Allen.
Allen. I know Trevor's been great, but you cannot sit Josh Allen for Trevor.
I wish I could play 2 Allens.
Yeah, exactly. Carter or Gainwell for the flex. New England, Pittsburgh defense. So yeah, I'd go New England defense versus Pittsburgh instead. And then in the tight end spot again, Kittle. Wait until 1 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't heard anything about George Kittle's condition, Harold Fannon's a good enough option that I'm taking the L on sitting Kittle, to be honest with you, because I think Fannon's one of the few tight Pitts and Fannon and Pitts plays after, so he's an easy pivot option. But Fannon's one of the only tight ends where I'm like, I'm just gonna play him, and if Kittle plays, then it sucks to suck.
Amen.
And then in the flex here, I would go with Gainwell over Carter.
I agree.
Okay, leak here. Michael Wilson. Yep. Actually, I have Devontae Smith higher than Michael Wilson this week.
Bigger gap. I'm assuming I would lean Wilson over Smith than you.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're both probably going to find the question because Smith is the best answer here. And then you going Carter over Corum, I'm assuming.
Got to go Carter. But again, I would not be shocked if Corum scores a touchdown or 2.
No, it wouldn't shock me either. Let me ask you this. Against Arthur in the championship in our listener redraft league, would you start Michael Carter, Emeka Igbukah, or Dallas Goedert in a tight end premium?
Goddard.
You'd start Goddard over Carter?
Yeah.
I'm already starting Michael Wilson as well, so I already have exposure to that game.
In a premium, he scores 1 touchdown, he catches 4 passes, and you're getting like 16 plus points.
Again, the Buffalo Bills are dead last at allowing receptions to opposing tight ends. They are very, very, very good against tight ends.
Sure. I just think in a premium, I already like Goddard because of his role in the offense. I do think around the goal line as well. We've seen the shovel passes. We've seen him, leak out into the corner of the end zone randomly because people are so focused on number 6 and 11 on the outside. Like he's genuinely been one of the best tight ends in fantasy this year.
Please start the wrong one. Don't worry, Arthur. I certifiably will start the wrong one. How's the matchup projected? Shut the fuck up, honestly. I'm not in good shape because Amon-Ra St. Brown and Justin Jefferson combined for like 22 points.
If you need upside, you have to go Goddard in a premium. What if he catches 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, you're probably. I mean, I think running backs present quite a bit of upside as well. What if Carter has 6 catches and 2 touchdowns?
Maybe.
Especially in also upside to me, go chase the game environment with a lot of upside, which is the Cardinals and Bengals game. So, but anyways, Kyle Pitts over Juwan Johnson for me there. And then Goddard ain't it today. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not super excited about Goddard this week.
It's not the most exciting.
Not to start him.
Then don't start him. That's just my opinion on it.
I know. It's but I think rationally you're probably right. Like it's a 1.5 tight end premium. He catches a couple of passes and finds the end zone. He's gonna have like a 15, 18 point day. It's just a matter of, does Michael Carter not suck ass?
Yeah, and I will move him out of the tier with Juwan and Kyle Pitts. I'm going to move him down to tight end 10, but I still really like him.
I actually, you know what? Based on my principle of trust the guys who got you there, don't go off of small sample sizes and that kind of stuff, I think I should go with Goddard, to be honest.
It's funny because our roles in the conversation felt reversed there.
Yeah, I'm not usually in on guys who are flash in the pan guys, but I think, Carter's a fine play, but all I know for sure is I wish I was starting Igbukah, and Igbukah is not being started over either of those guys, which breaks my heart a little bit.
Dude, I feel for Brock though. He lost Brock Bowers like in the matchup for third place, which is like again, we're still getting money back. It's something to play for. He lost Brock Bowers and I beat him on the wire to Michael Mayer in a premium.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I should maybe do a little calculation of how much money I can get from my third place matchups, because I have a couple of leagues. Like I'm curious like what the max amount of money I can win is this weekend in my 4 finals and then my 4 semifinals.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know like what's the max amount I could win, what's the like lowest amount I could win, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I still can't believe Rashid Rice randomly just said, "Yeah, you know what? I got a concussion. I can't play against the guy who drafted."
Yeah, they just shut him down. It feels like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no. To be fair, that was my fault. Like, I would have thought, hey, in a semifinal, like, go play against the guy who drafted you. Like, there's clearly some allegiance that was still there that I didn't anticipate.
Yeah, no, for sure. Also, one thing with my trade with AJ, as much as I love Brock Purdy from a dynasty perspective, the Purdy for Herbert swap, dude, with a healthy Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt next year, and this young group of weapons, Ladd McConkey in year 3, Quentin Johnston in year 4, Aronde Gadsden in year 2, Trey Harris in year 2. Tell me why Justin Herbert's not going to be a top 6 quarterback in fantasy next year.
Yeah, no, he definitely could be. There's probably a deal that both of you guys had to make.
Yeah, and I really like the part that it was going crazy over is I'm like, I don't actually see that big of a difference between Purdy and Herbert, but it's not actually anti-Herbert, it's pro Purdy.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But ultimately he is a better quarterback than Purdy as well. And there's some rumblings, minor rumblings, that Mac Jones could run this offense as good as Brock Purdy. And it's like there's no chance in hell Justin Herbert loses his job in the next 5 to 10 years.
Someone's been on Twitter.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like there's less. Who do you think is starting longer, even though Brock Purdy is younger than Justin Herbert? I would put my money on Herbert starting longer. Well, yeah, even though Brock Purdy's younger.
Herbert's a top 5 to 6 quarterback in the league.
Yeah. He is. He's a beast. He's probably a top 4 quarterback in the league this year, if not 3.
Yeah. Drake May is going to be up.
Drake May, Matthew Stafford, and Josh Allen. Like that's
Rand Dakota's been better.
Those are the only guys I can say confidently have been better than Justin Herbert this year.
Rand Dakota.
I think that Herbert has played better than Dak, given that his offensive line's been hurt the entire season. But
so is Dak's.
I don't think it's the same. Like Herbert's had a different.
It's not the same, but like Dak's got substantially
just apples to apples, even not including that. I think that Herbert's played better.
Yeah, I just disagree.
Just tape wise, I think he's made more plays, but like Dak's playing out of his mind too. I think he's played like a top 6 quarterback this year.
He's leading the league in passing. He has 30 touchdowns.
He's been a beast. There's no question about it. I think just like for mini tiebreaker here, I would say that Herbert's played slightly better than him, but
no, I just don't see that at all. I don't know how you can make a case for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother because you're obviously not going to concede on this argument.
I mean, I'll take the guy leading the league in passing, and that's 30 touchdowns.
I think just tape wise, Herbert's.
Yeah, I just frankly disagree. Tape wise, I think Dak Prescott's been a top 2 to 3 quarterback in the league this year. I think you can argue Stafford and May, sure. Outside of those guys, he's been that caliber.
Yeah, I think
it's just unfortunate because we had the worst defense in maybe league. I wouldn't say league history. There's been some bad defenses. I would say at least
your problem has not been defense. You just can't close games. I actually think your coaching's been kind of an issue, to be honest. I think early in the season, Schottenheimer was doing a lot more with a little, and then he kind of started throwing games, to be honest. Your defense
I understand situationally. Like
your defense isn't good, but coaching is part of your defensive coordinator, as I'm also referring to Eberflus when I say that.
I get that, objectively speaking, though. Like, even though, yeah, sure, situationally we could be better, the defense is why you have a losing record right now. You give this team an average defense, we're a playoff team very comfortably.
I guess, but like I don't look at your defense and go, that's historically bad defensive play. I look at it and I go, this is a bottom 10 defense.
Well, I mean, let me pose this question to you. Do you think it could be even a bottom, or let's just say, do you think a defense can be even a top 27 defense in the league when arguably the 3rd best player on it is Jadeveon Clowney at this stage in his career?
Yeah,
because Jadeveon Clowney's arguably.
I didn't actually realize your defense was this bad.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Like in net yards per attempt, you're second worst in the NFL, and you've allowed the most points and 3rd most yards in the league. I didn't realize it was this bad. I thought you guys were more like bottom 5 because it felt like you had more games like the game you had against the Cardinals, where like randomly you had like a decent game. I thought you had like 5 or 6 of those, but I guess you've probably only done that once or twice.
We're a top 3, get that, top 3 scoring offense in the NFL, Corey, and we're 7-8-1. Like, that is how bad the defense is.
Yeah, the
The
defense
offense
is
is scoring nearly
worse.
30 a
I'll
game.
concede the defense is worse than I thought.
Um,
I thought you guys had like the 25th ranked defense in the league.
I think there's a stat in the last 25 years, the 2 worst defenses in the NFL are this year's Bengals and this year's Cowboys.
Yeah, it's crazy because they're also both like top 5 scoring offenses as well. And
Yeah.
it's crazy that the Bengals are that high considering how bad they were for a couple of games.
It's genuinely a fucking mess. Like,
But anyways,
at least we got the resources to be able to fix it. And guess what? Changing defense coordinator, you're absolutely right. Eberflus is absolutely a problem. He's not the only problem. He is a problem. Getting a new DC, inherently, you should be better than what you are right now. Because Eberflus is playing soft coverage. He's not blitzing. He's blitzing only in the first quarter, for that matter. He'll blitz in the first quarter. Defense will look good to start a game. And then the second, third, and fourth quarter, this guy's just sitting back and we're getting picked apart. Justin Herbert,
that's the Mike Smith defense that we used to run in Tampa Bay for like 4 years before we got Todd Bowles, and my whole franchise and every fan. The one thing I remember about my team is that everybody who likes them is in Florida, and Florida people are all morons. So when we're losing games, I see some of the most heinous, dumbass takes that I ever see in my life. Also, Jaden Higgins just caught like a fucking 70-yard touchdown.
Holy shit. Wait, I didn't put the game on yet. Good. I dropped him to the waiver wire in the flock league.
All righty. So Jaden Higgins just absolutely catches a bomb. Shout out. That's a week 17 piece that someone has on their BBM team or whatever. That's probably going crazy for them.
I opted, instead of flexing him over like Jalen Coker or guys like that, I opted to cut him off to the waiver wire in the flock league. That's how you finish last and go to Denny's.
That is how you go to Denny's, indeed. I'm just glad I'm not in the fucking toilet bowl final this week. Honestly, I'm so happy that I didn't make it.
Please tell me you saw the Malik Neighbors commercial.
I did. The IHOP commercial. Yeah, that was crazy that he actually agreed to doing that. And like the lady was like, everyone who drafted you is probably going to Denny's or IHOP or whatever. It's actually funny as hell.
Bro, when I saw that on my Twitter feed, I sent.
We might have to do it at IHOP now because we've given Denny's all this free pub.
That's what I mean, bro. Fucking when I saw that on my Twitter feed, I sent that in our Flockly group chat. I'm like, what the fuck is this targeted ad? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Also, by the way, if you are at Denny's and you have the opportunity to do gluten-free pancakes as opposed to non-gluten-free pancakes, you should choose gluten-free pancakes just because they'll be less filling and it'll be easy to eat more.
Trust me, that's already part of my plan.
Yeah. Also, I'm not convinced that I'm not gluten-free in the United States. Like I have no problem eating gluten here, but the second I go to the US, it like fucks me up. So
there you go.
But anyways, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Good luck to all of you. Can we get a prayer circle for me one time that we get a monster blow-up game from Amari and Hampton? Because I could use a 30 burger from this dude. Last week, I set my league's all-time record for scoring points in a single week, and it's scaring the shit out of me because you know what happens the week after you set the all-time record?
Ask Mason.
You drop 96 points and lose.
Hey, ask Mason. He was gloating about how he was the highest scorer in the Flock League in the 2 weeks that were completely irrelevant.
Mid-season power ranking top 3 to 4 team, team FSE. Both of us were in there. And then Mason, hey, at least you had the highest scoring week 14 and 15 against Nathan in a meaningless matchup. And while you're on bye.
Yeah, no. I feel for Mason because, like, I don't actually.
It's hilarious to me that he's never won a playoff game.
But it's like, what's going to be his way to combat that narrative next year? Because, like, it's happened 2 years in a row. Like, we're going to have to live with the stink that we haven't made the playoffs.
He's also never beaten the Devs ever, even when they were individual teams.
Yeah,
the only Dev that he beat was Tom last year. He beat Tom once, but Joe beat him 3 times. Like 2 times this year, once in the playoffs, once in the regular season. And then last year he beat him as well when he was a terrible team. I think he was 0-6 or something last year, and he broke his losing streak against Mason, got his first win against them. And then Austin beat him last year as well.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, Mason. It is what it is.
Also, I would go with Purdy there. Dylan.
I
Anyways,
like
appreciate you guys for tuning in. Prayer circle for Amari and Hampton. And yeah, good luck to everybody who's got players going tonight. We will be live tomorrow about 11 a.m. Eastern as well. In Dynasty, I would take Caleb Williams. But yeah,
same.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and good luck to you today. Amari and Hampton blow up spot. Let's get it.
Peace out.